So next up is going to be a wonderful colleague from Ghana. I want you to first look at this. What do you think this is?
Do you think it's like a dinosaur fossil? Is it a piece of art?
It seems to be made of bamboo, and it's beautiful.
Any ideas?
I don't know. What do we think, people? What is this?
How about if I turn it over this way? Can you start to picture it now? Imagine there's handlebars here, there's a seat here, maybe a couple of wheels over here as well. Are you starting to see? What is it? It is a bike.
Yeah, so the Ghana Bamboo Bicycle Initiative, which this particular bike, Eco Ride, is the actual brand of it. I want one. My mom started the Bicycle Club for Western New York State, and I got as a child to have the joy of riding a bike everywhere. So many people get that joy.
It's actually light. It feels lighter as well.
It's so light, and it's cost effective, and it's genius. So our next innovator is already doing this in Ghana, scaling it, and doing genius work about getting it not only to those who are the direct customers, but also ways to bring it to those who might not have any access to this and might be walking for hours to school.
So without further ado, let us invite the entrepreneur behind Ghana Bamboo Bikes Initiative, Bernice Tapa.
Eco Ride.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Bernice Dapa. I'm the founder of Ghana Bamboo Bikes Initiative, and I'm here to present Eco Ride Bamboo Bicycle. Can you imagine when you have to walk an hour or miles before you can go to hospital? We actually need mobility to go to work, to go to hospitals, schools, and other places before we can earn a living. Ghana Bamboo Bikes has come out with a new solution by using abundant bamboo found around us to manufacture bicycles with bamboo instead of steel. The bicycle is very, very beautiful and very, very strong in our country currently, and we're just trying to see how best we can sell outside both local and international platform. Currently, you can see bamboo is really, really, really a miracle material, and just as stronger as steel, fast growing, absorb carbon. As we could see, one bamboo bike that we harvest, we plant more than 10 bamboos. I could say we actually grow bikes. We have also trained 31 people currently, and we have also employed them. 16 of them are women, and we have also trained more 85 youths in our country, including 28 girls, which we are hoping to retain them in the industry in the near future. Currently, we have sold more than 200 bamboo frames and bicycles. We sell all over the country, outside the country. We don't actually have our own shop at the moment, but we do partner with distributors to sell our bikes. This is one of the hotels that is showcasing our bicycles in Ghana as a complimentary service for their clients. And also, they also help us to sell more of our bikes in Ghana. As we could see, Ghana Bamboo Bikes Initiative we are donating a lot of bicycles for school kids that walk miles before they can go to school, farmers, teachers in Ghana. I really like the idea of we donating bikes, especially for girls or young students to go to school, because most of them lack access of transportation. And this is really, really helping them to increase their academic performance. Ghana Bamboo Bike works around the Sustainable Development Goals, especially gender equality. You could see employment, climate change, and etc. This is the map where we have so far distributed most of our bicycles in Ghana. We have donated a lot of bicycles, and we are hoping to do more in the near future. Currently, we are ready to share our skills to other countries, broaden our scope to teach other people how they can manufacture bicycles, especially where they have abundant bamboo around them. What we currently need immediately is We need 1.5 million immediately so that we can expand our manufacturing capacity to 10,000 bicycles every year. We also need global component suppliers and distributors. We're also looking for more NGOs to collaborate with us so that we can donate more bikes for students, health workers, and teachers. We also want to expand our workshop, especially include childcare facility, because we want to engage more women in terms of manufacturing in Ghana. We don't want maternity to be a hindrance for every woman who wants to be part of our movement in terms of promoting sustainable cycling. I would be very, very glad with you to join with us with our movement, ride with us so that we can actually promote the sustainable cycling around the SDGs. Please, if you really want to contact us, kindly email us through info@Ghana Bamboo Bikes or visit our website, www.ghanabamboobikes. Thank you.
Stay there.
Yay.
Hold on, keep hold of the mic, Bernice. Thank you so much, Bernice.
I'm gonna put
Let's
the
invite
bike
our
up front and center.
accelerators
Come
on.
on
Maybe
up.
you could gather around the bike frame over here.
It's
You know how this
beautiful.
works by
Look how
now?
beautiful this is. Thank you.
It's not a bike work. I
That
wouldn't
is
want to get that
workmanship.
dirty on the streets, actually, I have to say. But I can see the purpose of it. Right, so accelerators, you know how this works. And Mo, we welcome you back. You've 5 times on this stage as an accelerator, right? Every year.
Let's hear from Mo.
So you know you're going to get good advice from Mo. Take it away.
Bernice, hi everyone. I'm Matamani from Startup Bootcamp Afritech, based in Cape Town. And we run an accelerator program for startups like Bernice, and what you're doing is phenomenal in Ghana. Access in Africa is a big problem, and you're providing the basic infrastructure to get people to school, work, and amongst other things. So this is fantastic and phenomenal. What I really want to know, and it's just what else can companies like Startup Bootcamp do to partner with you to scale this across Africa, because we need more and more of basic infrastructure that allows people to access new schools, amongst other things.
Currently, we actually poised to offer our brains and skills to other companies, countries who really want to partner with us, especially countries that they have a lot of bamboos. Other companies really want to see how best we can transfer technology for them as another source of economic empowerment for them. We're also looking for investors to also partner with us so that we can get components like the wheels to assemble the bikes in different communities in Ghana.
Hi, Bernice. I love this idea. I'm a social impact investor myself. I also had involvement with 2 bicycle companies. I turned one around in America called Schwinn. I also was involved with a bamboo bicycle company in Alabama.
Look at that. What are the chances?
This happened not by plan, but they ended up in the same place. And so really, people work with each other because people are genius colleagues for each other. And it's such a good example.
Absolutely. I love when these kinds of collisions happen.
So I want to choose a different word.
Yes. Point well taken.
Intersections.
How does that sound? And what I really appreciate being in the impact investing space is when a company actually builds a business model around a sustainable product, but the company itself is sustainable as well. And what I mean by that, actually can generate enough profitability to keep moving forward. Instead of kind of falling victim to to economic circumstances that a lot of social impact companies tend to fail in. So I looked at your unit economics. I like your margin structure. I feel like I'm sitting in the bench at Shark Tank right now. And what I want to sort of unearth a little bit more with you is what does sort of the inventory requirements, what do they look like to get to 10,000 bikes? How many months of inventory do you need of components and related accessories to actually build the bikes? And then does that scale, with each of these kind of $1.5 million tranches that you're asking for?
Okay. Currently, we're trying to get 1.5 million to see how best we can expand it. So we're looking at how we can get into bicycle distributors, or who can also get us the wheels. And also we're looking at how we can actually get an inventory of about 10,000 bikes, bike parts, so that every bike that is being sold in Ghana, we can get the parts easily to assemble.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Judith Rodriguez. I'm a research associate at Harvard University, and I work on sustainable infrastructure and healthy cities. And first, I really like your bikes. And I wanted to tell you, like, working with you during the celebration session, we talked a lot about all the health benefits that your solution is bringing and all the SDGs that it's actually supporting. So thinking a little bit about that, I wanted to talk more about the health promoting benefits. So for example, I think that the combination of using bamboo, growing bamboo, and biking makes it a super health promoting and sustainable mobility option. For example, you are sequestering carbon by the use of bamboo and growing it, and you're also helping reduce emissions in transportation by putting people on bikes. And biking is also associated to better health outcomes and well-being. And this is because it supports a healthier and active lifestyle where you get the benefits of preventing diseases such as cardiovascular disease, obesity, diabetes, and even depression. And I mean, this is wonderful. And given all these health benefits, how could cities and other partners help you put more people on bikes?
Okay. Thank you very much. Currently, we're trying to see how best we can raise campaign in our country, for instance, because the roads in Ghana is not too user-friendly in terms of riding bicycles. So we're trying to see how best, for instance, like Netherlands, how they have bicycle lanes so that more people can ride bicycles. This campaign is not only going to end in Ghana. We're going to look at how best we can articulate our voice across the world to see how best most government or cities can adapt bicycle lanes for people to ride bicycles safely to reduce more carbon emissions to heal the world.
It's a really important point on this is that more and more we're seeing around the world companies are not just producing products and selling them, but they are actually active in making a social difference as well. Not just through the products,
Sure.
but exactly what you're doing, the advocacy that you're starting to do about bike lanes in Ghana as well. And I think that's a really important point. Rob, I want to follow up with a quick question to you. I mean, love your thoughts on that point, but as someone who has experience of exactly this kind of thing before, I can see that you're wowed by the idea, but just like Neo in the film The Matrix, you see through the idea to the ones and zeros of the business plan. What should Bernice do next?
The next thing, and most obviously, is raise capital. The problem or the challenge right now is when you're running a business on very thin margins and just building bikes, to suit, if you will, based on the demand that you have. That's really hard. It's hard to actually gain momentum. And so the capital piece of it's actually quite important. And then also building enough inventory, that's why I asked that question, so that you're not constantly trying to catch up with demand. Because if you can build every bike you sell, first of all, that's amazing. That is a strong business. Then the next move is to get up into scale, because you're never going to have sort of the spaciousness in the business to think about licensing, to think about working with other manufacturers, because you're constantly going to be on this treadmill of just trying to crank enough bikes out the factory door. So capital would be the first one. And second, I think really deep partnerships with suppliers and your supply chain, getting that really locked down hard. So that they actually can build trust in you. So if you can't get, for example, a line of credit or enough capital, they might actually be willing to advance you parts because they have a heart connection to the business and they care about you as a partner.
Mo, you're in Africa working with all kinds of entrepreneurs. Can you talk a little bit about capital access there? The world's not equal, and there hasn't been as much support for entrepreneurs all over the world. And one of the things about the Solution Summit that we really like to share is how our genius innovators are everywhere. And the more we come up underneath you all in this supportive way with coaching together and then getting the kinds of resources you need is key. So any thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. Just to hop off Rob's point, it's more about partnerships. And with Startup Bootcamp, what we do, we unlock capital from corporate startup collaborations. And I think we spoke extensively during the acceleration sessions that looking at companies that are willing to somewhat finance, for the production, ensure and make sure that, we get more and more bicycles on the road. So I think looking at different ways of partnerships, particularly from a corporate perspective, because I think they'll be definitely keen to work with you, and they'll be wanting to get more bicycles on there. Some corporates have big initiatives where they encourage their staff to cycle to work, to carpool together. So looking at how those corporates can actually mobilize themselves to use eco-rides as well, to unlock more and more value of what you're doing and increase the impact of what you're doing. So I think there's a lot of opportunity from large companies.
One thing, thank you. I want to also add, thank you as a founder for creating the idea also of having childcare at the factory, where genius innovators, mothers and fathers, could bring their children. And so many people around the world, as part of our gender equality goals and just our inclusion, are taking kids to work into a nursery school in those places, and it's best practice in the world. Any other comments? I don't know if you want to show us the bike a little bit, tell us a little bit about it.
Okay.
There's some metal and there's lots of bamboo and some metal, so hold it.
So currently, we use the abundant bamboo found around in Ghana to manufacture these beautiful eco-ride bamboo bikes. It's easy to produce. As I said, we've trained quite a number of youths in Ghana. We're looking at how we can scale it up to train more youth so that we can sell more bikes to generate revenue as economic empowerment. We're also trying to see how best we can share our skills to other countries to also manufacture this bamboo bicycle. This bamboo bicycle is going to be a global product and to also address the SDG 2020-30. Thank you.
Fabulous. And it's bamboo, some metal, eco-ride. I love that it's like #GrowBikes, and so the Ghana Bamboo Bike Initiative. Thank you.
Can I add something really quickly? I'm a total bike nerd and a bike geek, and I live on bikes in Colorado and New York, and this is actually not even the highest end bike that they make.
Yeah.
And if you look at the lug work here, and just the care and the craftsmanship that goes into this is a beautiful bicycle, right? I mean, this is one that I would be totally proud to ride personally, and the work is amazing that you're doing.
And not only are you saving carbon emissions because you're not in a car and keeping yourself healthy, but to grow the bamboo, you're taking carbon out of the atmosphere as well.
So
double whammy.
They have tandems. They have some for farmers with baskets. Yes. You recently did someone with disabilities. Yeah. You were doing handicap specialties, so they can do custom bikes.
So currently, we are trying to broaden our product line. So we have our bamboo wheelchair prototype, and we've also designed a bamboo litter picker as another form of economic empowerment. We are also going to generate in our country, which can be also expand to different communities. So as I said, bamboo is a miracle material, and it's going to be a green gold at this current generation.
Green gold.
Yeah.
I heard that. Grow bikes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
so
let's
much.
give a round of applause to Bernice. Thank you very much. Off you go, accelerators.